to Of Art, Animals, and Spirit, where we explore the deep connections between creativity, animals, and the unseen world. I'm Shelley Devine, and today we're stepping into the world of horses, their wisdom, their healing energy, and the incredible ways they touch our souls. If you've ever stood beside a horse, felt the warmth of their breath on your hands, or looked into their deep, knowing eyes, you understand. There is something ancient, something profound about their presence. Horses have long been revered as teachers, healers, and mirrors of the human spirit. So today, let's take a journey into their world and perhaps into the parts of ourselves that long to be healed. Horses don't just exist in our world, they invite us into theirs. And in doing so, they help us see ourselves more clearly. The reason equine therapy is so powerful, unlike humans, horses don't judge. They don't analyze. They sense. They respond to energy, to authenticity. If you approach them with tension, they feel it. If you come with an open heart, they receive you in kind. They teach presence, because to be with a horse, truly with them, you have to be present. I remember a time when I truly first understood this. It was when I was younger. I had my very first horse, Chelsea. She seemed to understand me better than I understood myself. She was a beautiful red dun mare with a gentle, loving soul and also quite a bit of spunk. I would go to the barn after a long, heavy day, carrying emotions I couldn't quite name. But Chelsea would know. I wouldn't even need to say a word. She'd press her head against me or sigh deeply as if to say, I feel it too. It was in those moments that I would bury my face in her soft, fuzzy coat that I learned the meaning of holding space. Horses do that for us. They hold space. They listen without expectation, and sometimes that's all we need. There's also something else about horses, something extraordinary on an unseen level. The heart of a horse. It's not only physically large, but it is energetically expansive. Research has shown that a horse's heart emits an electromagnetic field that extends up to 5 times the size of a human's. This field has the power to sync with ours. When we stand near a horse, our heartbeat can naturally slow down to match theirs. Their energy can help bring us into a state of calm, presence, and connection, almost like a form of unspoken communication. That's why when you stand next to a horse, you often feel different, more at ease, more grounded, more yourself. I know that this is true for me. I've had horses ever since I was a kid. I've had many come in and out of my life. And not only did their energetic field affect me, but as a trainer and a rider, I would make sure that my energetic field was comfortable for them. I used to take racehorses off the track and retrain them to be jumpers. And when you ride a racehorse, if you've ever watched it, the jockeys are holding the reins really tight. And these horses learn to push against that bit and run. So when I get them and I get on them, I need to calm them down and release that energy that for the racetrack, because they're not going to do that anymore. They need to be calmer and relaxed. So I would literally have to let go of the reins and keep them very soft. And that can be a scary thing because they're racehorses and they've got high energy. And the first reaction is to hold on. But what I had to do was opposite. I had to let go. And so that they can understand that they're not racing and that they can feel my calm energy. And they would calm down. And so we benefit each other. And it's not just a feeling. When you think about the equine therapy organizations and what they do, there's a science behind it too. Horses are masters of biofeedback. Their heart rhythms are naturally coherent, meaning they have a smooth, balanced pattern that influences our own nervous system. This is why equine therapy is used to help people with PTSD, anxiety, and emotional trauma. Just brushing a horse, breathing in rhythm with them, or standing quietly by their side can be incredibly calming for the mind and body. Have you ever noticed how when you're with a horse, you naturally match their energy? If they're calm, you become calm. If they're alert, you become more aware. They tune us in to them, to ourselves, to the energy we bring into the world. It's pretty amazing. They're very, very special creatures. Very amazing creatures. And horses have also been seen as spiritual messengers. Many cultures believe horses are messengers bridging worlds between the physical and the unseen. They represent freedom, power, and intuition. Have you ever had a dream of a horse or seen one in an unexpected place? It's often a sign. Horses remind us to trust the journey, to move forward with strength, but also with grace. And perhaps most importantly, they remind us that we are always connected to nature, to spirit, and to something greater than ourselves. So if you've ever find yourself overwhelmed, lost, or in need of healing, if you can, spend time with a horse. Even if you don't ride, even if you don't own one, just being near them can shift something within you. Let their steady breath remind you to slow down. Let their strength remind you of your own. And most of all, let their presence bring you back to yours. I often sit and meditate with my horse Sugar. In her stall, I go in, I'd brush her, and she's just so loving and sweet. And I would sit down on the ground, and she would put her little muzzle right on top of my head, almost resting it on my head, and breathe on me. And I could just hear her breath, and it was so relaxing. And I would actually sit there and meditate like that. But what I want to say is that animals of all kind are very, very special. I love horses, and I loved today sharing my stories with you. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you've ever had a healing experience with a horse, I'd love to hear your story. Or any healing experience with an animal, any animal. You can reach out to me You can email me at art.animals.spirit@gmail.com. And if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who might need a little equine wisdom in their life. Until next time, may you walk with creativity, with spirit, and with the gentle power of the animals who walk beside us. Stay open to the whispers of spirit. Trust those subtle nudges, and remember, intuition is your superpower.